Hello friends and welcome to bhpsolution.com. Today I am going to show you balance sheet dashboard part second, and part second I'm going to talk about current asset cash analytics, and all this analysis we would be doing in Tableau. Watch complete video to understand how the whole analysis taken place. So as always we start with understanding our source data. I extracted this balance sheet data from my ERP system. This is in hierarchy, so there are 6 levels of granularity: account level 1 to account level 6, and then we have other detail like account number, account type, description, and 4 quarters of data. So in our analysis we would be focusing only on cash, therefore I filter it on cash. This analysis will help my CFO to take some actionable decisions: how cash are being distributed, how cash is being maintained under assets, and the various buckets of cash. So let's get started. As always, we start with extracting this or bringing this data into Tableau, and I already have done data massaging, so I'll be using only balance sheet data. All data transformation related activities are done in the past. Please watch my previous video for Tableau data massaging and transformation. So let's get started. The first part of our presentation, first part of data analysis would be pie chart, and I would be giving a very summary view of my cash. So if you look at your account dimension, it is basically flattened. So you should create a hierarchy on top of this. So it's simple. You create all the members and drag and drop within account level 1 and name it as account hierarchy. Account hierarchy is done. You also observe quarter 1 fact to quarter 2 3 fact. These are actually facts, but it considered to be them as dimension. So I drag and drop and put under measures. So they are not treated as a measures. Account number is actually a measure, but it is considered to be as a dimension. So you can convert measures to dimension, right? Now let's get started. So we would be focusing on cash. Therefore I limit or apply filter on cash, account level 5, and for the sake of simplicity I'll be using only quarter 1 data. So these are quarter 1 measures, and I like to classify this cash into two categories. Cash is being maintained internally and cash is being maintained outside by the broker. This is called escrow cash. So let's create a group of it. First cash group I create as cash internal. I right click and create alias called cash maintain as internal, and cash as external. You can continue to call this escrow cash. I'll be using a pie chart to present this data, and let's put an entire view. Without label doesn't appear so meaningful, so drag and drop and put a label over here. I wanted this label to be used as a percentage because numbers are not making much meaningful. So change this label to percentage of total. This makes sense now. So you can quickly figure out 89.07% are being maintained in current asset cash as internal and 10.93 maintained as external. So I also put a label for which is use internal and external. Well, this doesn't look good. So let's use an asset account level group. This makes sense. The first part of analysis done. You can change the title of this sheet. I call this cash pie view, cash group pie view. Let's create a second part of it. So second part of analysis, I'll be creating a line chart which give a more detailed view. Always remember, when you create a dashboard, it should start with summarized view, and as we nail down, it should give you a detailed view. So I create I create a duplicate of it, duplicate sheet, and this sheet would be giving a line chart of it. So I just remove the group. I don't need a group, rather I need a account level 6, or probably I should create a completely from beginning because there are some measures which are not meaningful, invalid in this context. So create a new sheet, and drag and drop your account level 6 and limit it to cash only. Apply filter on cash, although you can define this cash filter as parameter. Now let's display this quarter 1 sales, quarter 1 measures, and I want it to present as a line chart, so I use in a column and change the mark type as line. I wanted to sort them out so that I know which place the cache is being used heavily. So I am going to sort it out. My measure sort by filled quarter 1 sum. I can clearly see the highest sum. The highest cache is being used in a cache payroll layoff. Well, the label is not visible, so I use an option called entire fit. As I can see, the highest cache is being maintained for cash flow layoff, right? Because these are currency amount, therefore change your format type to currency. And I don't want to display this in terms of decimal, so I remove decimal. This is complete currency. I'm changing this sort order from ascending to descending, so it will quickly drop your CFO attention. The highest cash is being used in cash payroll layoff. This doesn't look so meaningful. I'm going to make little more changes so that I could highlight these points. So what else you can do it? You can drag and drop place your quarter once again and turn it to a dual axis chart. And when you turn it to dual axis chart, the second one I would like to use as circle, and the size is a little bigger. I use a smaller one and I don't need a label. In addition to this, I like to highlight the circle with different color, so it should quickly draw people attention. The beauty of dashboard, the moment you see it, should give you quick information about your business data. I'm going to change this label as this is cash distribution across. So this is a line chart. Well, so I got two meaningful analysis of our cash data: cash summary view, internal being managed, and external cash, and line chart. Now I like to give more detailed view of the cache. Therefore, I'm going to use um, a bar chart, and I like to check my cache being used as a payroll, and in the context of payroll, other cache are being used. It means how much cache is being used for payroll. Keeping this payroll as a benchmark, I like to compare other cache. So I create another sheet, or probably you can duplicate this sheet as well. So duplicate this sheet and change it to a bar chart. I like to calculate my cash with respect to payroll. Therefore, I'm going to use a new calculation over here. And this calculation being used, percentage of table calculation. This calculation will be using percentage difference of first value. Percent difference from first one. And first one is the highest value, which is called cash is being maintained for layoff. Right? So this doesn't look so nice. Let's do some formatting, convert into dual axis chart, and the first one is called bar. I change the mark type as bar, and second one is also I tag it mark type as bar. Now how do you interpret this? Let me show you. First one I select quarter 1 fact, this is dollar amount, and second one I select percent difference from. So this is a percentage difference, so change the format as percentage and make it 0 decimal. Now the interpretation of this is the highest cash is being maintained for payroll, which is 8,468. In the context of this, the cash general is 38% less than payroll cash, and cash MMF is 38% less than. So this is it should display as a percentage with decimal value. If you want, you can display decimal value as well. So in the context of payroll cash, what other cash are being distributed, I can see this, right? So this is a dual view you're providing to the user in one chart. I do little formatting and now I display as 2 decimal. I can get an exact view. Minus 38.13% are being maintained as a cash general. or in other way around, 85% less is cash filled compared to my cash payroll layoff. Well, I got a three detailed view now. I just rename it to cash distribution with respect to cash being maintained for layoff, payroll, layoff. The final one more view I like to give it as a more detailed view in terms of waterfall chart. So I create a waterfall chart. To create a waterfall chart, I use account label 6 and again I limit on cash. Probably I did not type it correctly, cash. And I use fact 1. This is my quarter 1 fact, and to display this as a waterfall chart, first I convert to bar chart. So it's inverse. The waterfall chart is just inverse of your bar chart, but it gives you cumulative value and distribution of cash across different segment. So I convert this total to a table calculation as running total and change this mark type as Gantt mark, and I like to draw my bar inverted on in reverse, so that I need to create a quarter one fact as negative. I'm going to create one more computed field on top of this. It is just going to be inverted, so I just prefix minus. You can call this quarter one minus. And I use this minus as a size, so you see in inverse order, in down fall there's a bar charts are being created. So I also like to see the cumulative value for all the cash, therefore you can add a percentage of row. So this is total cash being used and distribution cash. Add a label so it make it meaningful. So this is your total cash, display in terms of dollar amount, so change the format as dollar amount. I use custom currency with no decimal value. Well, it makes sense. Change the color if you like to see it. So I like to change color as quarter one. So I can see the more cash, the higher the value. You can change the color format as well if you do not like this standard one. So I use red, green. Fine. So I see the total cumulative cash and how cash is being distributed among different buckets. Still I can see this, the payroll cash has the highest value. You should sort it off in descending order by account number 1, or you can select the major over here. So I sorted off based on quarter 1 fact. So I can still see over here the highest cash is being maintained for payroll cash, and this is the total cash. Fine. So now I got 4 different views. Just let's rename this, called waterfall view, waterfall chart view for cash distribution. Now we bring everything together into a dashboard. So start with summary view and create a detailed view. Summary view is a pie chart and your line chart, and then I'm going to display a detailed view. So now it's a final view of your cash analysis, where you can see how cash is being distributed internally and externally in terms of pie chart, percent distribution, line chart. Highest value has cash for payroll, and then you have a cumulative view of how cash is being distributed and the percentage of cash with respect to payroll cash. It means 38% is less of my cash general in terms of payroll cash, and this is your waterfall view. So that's it for today. Should you have any question, please write to us to BSP Solution, or our business partner tricon.com. Thank you.